No warm-ups, no feeling out rounds.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down.
Just pure violence from the opening bell.
Referee says Carrizoza and just...
These fighters don't just fight, they delete opponents instantly.
So when he gets in that kind of fight, he will feel funny, and there's no test tonight, like I said.
In this video, you'll witness the most brutal first-round knockouts ever recorded in history, where lights are out within seconds. Marvis Frazier stepped in, undefeated and confident.
The young man who is attempting to continue his father's legacy in the sport.
The bell rang, and reality hit instantly. Tyson exploded forward like a missile with bad intentions. A crushing right hand snapped Frazier's head back, and then an uppercut almost took off his head, and he was on the floor within 20 seconds.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. And he's going to stop the fight. It did not last 20 seconds. The first time you saw him here on ABC Sports.
Powell came in technical, calm and confident that he could win the fight. On the other hand, Cornelius Bundrage came in angry and impatient.
Touch him up. There you go.
The bell rang, and Bundrage charged like a man late for his date. Powell smashed his opponent's face with a flying punch, and Bundrage landed on the canvas.
No knockdown. Wow. Stand. Oh, a massive left hand by Powell is out of it. He is out of it. One of the most Saku Powell.
Torres started strong and landed some powerful shots.
Feet by 18 feet inside the ropes.
It's a terrific fight for him. He lost an undisputed.
But Judah remained technical and ready for an opening. He crushed Juan's ribs with a body shot, whose effects lingered on.
Decision to Hector Camacho Jr. He was down and almost out in the first round.
And then a missile from Judah's right hand landed straight on Torres's face. He never knew what hit him and decided to take a nap on the canvas.
He was knocked out by Juan Lopez, and down goes Torres.
Real fast starter. Torres' weakness has always been getting out of that first round. And obviously, the weakness continues. First round.
Torres made a half.
Alex Rios came in confident in his fight against Jermaine Taylor. He looked like he was a mafia boss, but his fate was going to turn sour soon.
Pro fight, okay? Touch him up, guys. Come out boxing at the belt.
Jermaine Taylor bounced in the ring like he had trampolines for legs. Alex Rios was hungry, so he decided to eat Taylor's punches head-on.
We're not going to rush him. I think that would be a rush right now. Anybody for the middleweight title, the top guy.
And then a brutal two-punch combination landed on Alex's head, causing him to fall like a log. He slept on the floor like a Dracula sleeping in his coffin.
Going to have to be tested a little bit in deeper waters, so when he gets in that kind of fight, he won't feel funny. And there's no test tonight, like I said.
And the fight was over in an instant.
It is over. Setting up with a jab, just kind of using like Igor Johansson used it against Floyd Patterson the first time years ago.
Sergey Liakovich walked inside the ring looking like a cartoon, but Deontay Wilder looked like an executioner, determined to cut off heads. People thought this would be a challenge, but they were about to witness something brutal.
At all times, listen to my commands. Touch him up, back to your corner.
Both fighters started the fight slow and tried to read each other. But when Wilder downloaded enough data, he started landing torpedoes on Sergey.
Experience, by the way, Liakovich 181 rounds.
Liakovich started eating shots on his flabby stomach. But a strong right hand drove Sergey to the ropes, where the fight ended in an instant.
Left hand shown by Wilder. There's a right hand, drives Liakovich into the ropes. Down he goes. And it's over. Just like that. Hello.
Stay right here. Stay right here. Stay right here.
Telling Liakovich stay down. He wants to get up. He was shaking when he went down.
Alistair Overeem stepped up against Zavad Poturak in a brutal kickboxing event. Overeem tried to move inside with his punches, but that didn't do anything to Zavad. Overeem was like a monster chopping logs as he hit Zavad on his legs. Zavad tried to subdue the monster, but his chin was too strong. And then Overeem stopped messing around and landed a powerful right hand to Zavad's face. He tried to overpower Overeem, but a crushing knee knocked him out flat on the floor. The fight was over in just the first round. The Colombian giant, Raul Pinzon, decided to have a piece of the Mexican superstar, Canelo Alvarez. Pinzon tried to corner Alvarez, but his efforts were in vain. Canelo stalked his opponent, cutting the ring with ruthless patience, and a sharp combination snapped Pinzon's head back like it was a spring.
Ha peleado dos veces. Buena derecha del mexicano. Ahí cae la loma. Óigame, le dio. Come to me. Walk to me.
Then a barrage of punches made Pinzon forget he was in a fight. Pinzon folded like the air left his lungs. He hit the canvas and didn't argue.
Óigame, se le fueron las Pinzon. No hay piernas. Se lanza con todo el Canelo. Buen derechazo. Está lastimado. Pinzon cae a la lona otra vez. Carrizoza rápidamente detiene el combate. Está noqueado el colombiano, este joven mexicano.
Muhammad Ali is considered one of the best in boxing, but Sonny Liston was a very feared man, to say the least. They both met in a rematch, and the world thought it would be a competition, but Ali wasn't going to let Liston get past round one. He flew in the ring like a butterfly and stalked his opponent like a lion. He dodged Liston's punches and countered with his own. He saw an opening and detonated a bazooka on Liston's head. The giant fell on the floor like a baby and barely got up. After receiving more punishment, the fight was over, and Ali was the champion. In the Pride GP event, Mirko Crocop fought Igor Vovchanchyn to decide who was the best in kickboxing. Igor didn't look too confident before the fight, but tried to act cool anyway. His opponent Mirko looked like the calm before the storm, like it was a day at the picnic. The bell rang, and both opponents launched at each other like children on candy. Mirko tried to chop his opponent like a tree, but failed badly. But a huge kick from the left sent Igor flying on the canvas, and he started sleeping on the floor like a baby. The fight was over before anyone could finish talking on the phone. The monster, Alistair Overeem, fought another contender in the Glory kickboxing event. His opponent was Badr Hari, who came in looking like he worked for Kia Motors.
For Badr Hari, let's go up to Michael Buffer.
The fight started, and Overeem threw Hari on the floor like he was his pillow.
First blood, it's Badr Hari, and Alistair manhandles him.
Hari detonated a powerful missile on Overeem's face and sent him a few steps back.
There's the right hand from Badr.
Hari continued to launch fast torpedoes in hope of restructuring Overeem's face, but Overeem wanted to wrestle instead of box, so he threw Hari in the corner. And then Hari detoned a nuclear strike on Overeem's face, which made him fall to the ground.
Right hand from Overeem, and he throws him into the referee scared to step in there.
The monster lost all his balance, and the referee was forced to intervene and close the fight.
But it goes to the body. Uppercut. There's the right hand. It's over.
The fight only took a few minutes, and the monster gassed out like a hot air balloon. Power puncher Ryan Garcia was well known for his one-punch knockout power, but no one could expect what he did to Miguel Carrizoza in their fight. Miguel looked like he was here to party, as he was jumping in the ring like a cartoon. On the other hand, Ryan showed his speed and confidence.
Gloves, good luck, buena suerte, let's go to work.
The fight started, and Ryan launched on his opponent without wasting time. He threw in a couple of good speed punches and managed to hit Miguel's face precisely.
I see both guys now having their moments.
Oh! How quick was that? Less than 10 seconds into the fight.
But within 10 seconds, he launched a missile that was too powerful for Miguel. He forgot where he was, so the referee had to step in.
Referee says Carrizoza and Carrizoza. He told me when I saw him backstage.
And he called it a day within the very first round. Vergil Ortiz Jr. came in hot and heavy in his fight against Thomas Dulorme. Dulorme was a former world title challenger, but his strength was fading fast.
Protect yourselves at all times and listen to my commands. Touch him up.
Round 1 began, and Dulorme started landing body shots on Ortiz. But Ortiz remained calm and composed and started to take down Thomas piece by piece.
A little not going for the knockout, just straight jabs. Yeah, Dulorme told us that those...
He started targeting Thomas's body and discovered a weak point. And then, out of nowhere, Ortiz detonated a landmine to Dulorme's body, and he crumbled like a cookie.
Punches when he's out of range. So that's
Good shot to the body! And rolling around in a heap!
He is not getting up.
And you punch, he knew exactly what he hit him with.
In just the first round, Ortiz managed to fold his opponent like a pretzel and won the fight. Roy Jones was an absolute force in boxing. His opponent was Montel Griffin. Both fighters met before, but the result was somewhat controversial.
And lands the right hand lead again. And a couple of left hooks. And Griffin's knee goes down. And Jones lands two.
But Roy Jones wasn't going to let the insult slide. The rematch would be different. Montel came in confident, like his father owned the arena. But Roy came in prepared for an execution.
Griffin was simply more trash than Roy Jones, compactor. Roy Jones is a...
As soon as the fight began, Roy Jones pounced on his opponent like he was barbecuing. And then Roy launched a missile that Montel ate on his face.
Let me tell you, that first left hook hurt Griffin.
Jones kept on putting the pressure on Montel that caused his opponent to break, and he started rolling on the floor like a toddler.
Griffin is benefiting by it. Oh, what a left hook. What a left hook.
Second knockdown of the round.
That was a leaping left hook, and Griffin may not survive it.
He's got 9. And that's that. Jones gets his vindication via a first round knockout.
The Chinese Kung Fu panda Aorigle and the man who had a tree trunk for his neck, Bob Sapp, decided it would be best to have a duel. Both fighters launched on each other like they emptied each other's fridges. Sapp tried to squeeze the marshmallow, but Aorigle refused to back down. And then the Kung Fu panda threw an endless barrage of punches at the meathead. Sapp dropped like a log, and the fight was over within mere seconds. The undefeated fighter Joe Mesi walked up to fight against Williamson, but he never saw what came next. Williamson was confident that could erase Mesi's undefeated streak.
And you can see that both fighters...
The fight began with a bang, and Williamson targeted Mesi's face with his long reach. Mesi managed to get in a few good shots, but that wasn't enough to beat his opponent.
Very vulnerable for straight punches. Mesi. The body is there and available to Joe, and he starts to go to it with the left hook. Good right hand by Mesi as he ducked to left and came back big.
And then he launched a machine gun that restructured his opponent's face. Williamson couldn't even dodge the punches and fell on the floor without a second thought.
And Williamson's hurt. Joe Mesi's got an early opportunity. Down he goes. 6, 7, 8. That's it. 50-second knockout for Joe Mesi.
The fight was over within 1 minute and 50 seconds. Two absolute beasts, Mariusz Pudzianowski and Mikhail Materla, met each other at the KSW International event. Pudzianowski came in looking like an elephant. On the other hand, Materla was dead serious at defeating his opponent. After a few test punches, Pudzianowski launched on Materla like he owed him money and started clobbering him. After eating a full bowl of gunpowder form Pudzianowski, Materla became cautious.
They've settled into this, but just look at the meat and the vein. It's a knockdown! We have Pudzianowski with an...
In 1990, Nicky Piper and John Ellis fought each other in a boxing duel, but Piper only needed 12 seconds to defeat his opponent. It only took one punch to knock down Ellis for good.
Well, we followed Welshman Nicky Piper regularly on seconds out, and that was the quickest win for him. No doubt, in fact, the quickest win.
Piper stepped to the corner, waiting for the results. But the results were fairly obvious. Ellis lay flat on the floor like a corpse, and the fight was done.
Seconds work for Nicky Piper. I know he feels he's a much improved fighter.
Roger Mayweather was the reigning champion. His opponent was Rocky Lockridge, fierce and deadly. No one saw what came next. As soon as the fight began, Lockridge put the pressure on Mayweather. Mayweather launched some speed shots to Lockridge's face, but they weren't enough. Both fighters tested each other in the ring, but then Rocky found a weakness. He started targeting Mayweather's body, and then a torpedo went straight through Mayweather's skull, putting him down for good. In just round one, Lockridge became the new champion and ended Mayweather's reign. The ruthless cheater, Andrew Golota, came in with a mean grin in his fight against Lennox Lewis. But this fight was Lennox's title defense, so he came in prepared. Both fighters looked like they were about to eat each other for dinner. But even before the bell rang, Golota got an earful from his trainer, telling him that the fight should be fair. Lewis stalked Golota and entered with precise body shots.
Lewis with a big right hand. Golota in some early trouble here.
Got stunned.
But then Lewis got serious and launched landmine after landmine on Golota's face.
Golota's down!
The Giant was cornered and ate a barrage of punches from Lennox, and then the referee stopped the fight immediately.
Get through here. Big right by Lewis. Golota is in deep trouble. This is almost over. Golota cannot think in there.
That's it. Shot. Down again. It's over.
Golota is hammered by Lennox. No doubt about it.
In the Japan kickboxing tournament, 2003, Albert Kraus faced up against Mike Zambidis. Both fighters looked like they ate children for breakfast. They started slowly, trying to read each other like it was their maths exam. Mike Zambidis was like a stout gorilla, landing shots on a guy half his size. Kraus tried to knock his opponent out, but he barely put a scratch on him. Although this fight lasted a little over one round, Mike managed to knock out Albert within the first few seconds of round two. So did you enjoy these knockouts? What made these monsters fall within the first round? And if you would like to see more of this content, then subscribe and like this video. We recommend you watch this video next.